Alright guys, just got done with my intervals. Really tough today, really windy. You can probably hear that on the camera. A couple of seconds short of a fourth rep. It's in the wind. Had to really fight for it. It was starting a bit too slow on a lot of them and then having to really sprint for the last 200 meters, which really isn't the goal, but I'm happy enough to be anywhere near the times. So guys, it's just a short update on my current training status. I've been slowly building the mileage up over the past couple of weeks. About 2 weeks ago, it was around 25k per week. And as of this week, the current date is the 31st of January. And my mileage will be about 31k this week. Now, what that consists of is still the 3 training runs. So today I'll be doing my 10k run, and that's the 5 reps of 1k intervals at a given pace, and then the alternate kilometer is my rest period, where I run around about 6 minutes per kilometer pace to try and get my heart rate back down. And this allows me to go into my next rep having been recovered and feeling fairly unfatigued. But I've just been really enjoying this way of turning my intervals into a mileage building session as well. Then on a Wednesday, we're up to a 7 kilometer recovery run. So that's pretty much just me trying to get some blood flow back into the legs after a hard session on Tuesday to try and speed up a bit of the recovery. And then on Saturdays, which is my 3rd run, it would be my longer run, which at the minute is 12 kilometers. I typically run this with a client who would average around 550 per kilometer pace. So at the minute, I only really have about 5 kilometers where I'd be testing myself anywhere near the 4 minute per kilometer barrier. Today, actually, I will be down to about 4:10, somewhere between 4:10 and 4:15 per each kilometer, and I'd be delighted with it. I will probably back off in my rest a bit more just to keep the quality up on those reps, because that's the most important part. Just to talk about one of my training runs recently, which I'm very happy about. On Saturday the 28th, so just 3 days ago, now I started this 10k run at about 440 per kilometer pace. Well, at least my Garmin watch was telling me that. It did feel a bit faster, and that was kind of confirmed when I started the 2nd kilometer, and my split dropped from about 445 down to about 433, and that number much more represented about how that run felt. And I managed to hold on to this. It probably wasn't the wisest move, but I felt great. I'll put it up on the screen here. You can see each kilometer. It was fairly consistent, and the bit that I'm really happy about is the heart rate. I managed to keep my heart rate around about 170 to about 175. To a lot of people, this might seem really high. However, what I found on the majority of my runs, that would be, a fairly steady pace, that even though I'm able to hold a conversation, and to me it doesn't feel like my heart rate's that high, it would normally sit around 170, 171, 172. So yes, I understand for a lot of people that might be pushing their max. For me though, 170 feels quite comfortable, yet once I hit 180, it's really difficult for me to control my breathing, and I certainly wouldn't be having a conversation at this pace. So it is quite a narrow window for me, from what I've found, that it's only 10 beats per minute, according to the watch at least, that I go from feeling fairly comfortable that I could hold it, probably for half marathon pace, until 180 beats per minute, where I'm really struggling, and it's getting much closer to my my 5k kind of heart rate. So I'm absolutely delighted to be able to keep my heart rate around, at least down in the 170s. You can see obviously that last kilometre, you know, I just decided to push it. I knew if I could get anywhere near 4 flat on that last kilometre, that it would be my second best ever 10k. So of course I had to oblige. Probably not the smartest thing in terms of training. However, I really enjoyed this run. So that's pretty much it, guys. Just a quick update on how my training is going for this 5 kilometre race. The mileage is building. I'm feeling great. So far I've managed to prevent and stifle any kind of tweaks or injuries that I would normally experience. So thanks very much, guys. Just remember, if you enjoyed the video, to like, comment and subscribe. Please leave a comment below about your own training status at the minute. Are you training for a race in particular, or are you just looking to build your mileage and enjoy your running?
Oh, 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 oh.